Yeah, Mr. Mayor, to the chairman of the committee. Some months ago, this council passed a new bylaw regarding illegal apartments. We all have received many, many calls on illegal apartments. And I wanted to ask the chairman some questions. Maybe he can answer some, or could give us an idea. Have you any idea how many complaints we've received, your department has received regarding illegal apartments?
Before I comment on that, you mentioned that we passed a bylaw dealing with illegal apartments?
I believe we changed the fine, didn't we?
Oh, no. Okay, we approved that in council to a maximum of $25,000. That's never been bylawed, so that is not in place yet.
So we passed it in council.
It's been passed, but it's not bylawed.
Now, can you tell me any idea how many complaints we've received regarding illegal apartments?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Okay. Could you tell me this? How many inspections have we made on these illegal apartments? Could you approximately give me the number?
Well, Tom could probably give you a better answer on that, but I can tell you that we would not been able to inspect nearly the number that we have received.
How many are we prosecuting?
Oh, I don't know. We'd have to check the records of that, Jim.
Gosh, I gave you those questions on Friday. You're supposed to be...
Not me.
Yeah, I gave you a copy of it. Anyways.
You gave them to me?
Right, okay. Now, I understand from... That's like... I understand...
Must have been the back of your scorecard.
I understand that... that in some particular instance, we cannot inspect the illegal apartments without a search warrant. Is this correct? I further understand when we go to get the search warrants, the Justice of Peace refuses to give them to us.
Correct.
Now, would you say that we have a legal bylaw and also an official plan in the city that was passed? Could you tell us why the court is preventing us from conducting our legal bylaws approved by the province of Ontario? Could you answer that problem?
That's a legal question. However, if I can recall, the main reason for that, and we did get perhaps two
search warrants.
Yes, and they stopped issuing them, and I believe it has to do with the collection of evidence. And to be able to have evidence and to hold evidence, which we cannot do when you're executing a search warrant just to go in to have a look at an illegal dwelling unit.
And how are we going to straighten that out? Are we working on it? Is our legal department straightening out? I mean, how are we going to accommodate this bylaw if we can't get into these places?
Well,
it's a real
I realize
problem.
it's a problem. Getting in there is very difficult at the best of times. You know, if someone doesn't want to let you in, obviously they don't have to let you in. And in many cases, they don't let you in. And that was the reason why we exercised a search warrant 2 or 3 years ago, or whatever it was. I would suspect that the only way of mollifying that particular situation is to get a change at the provincial level. I don't know that we could do that.
Could we then appeal to the minister in charge of that particular area, that tell him we cannot fulfill
I suspect, Councillor Potticary, that probably been already done, if not by us, by someone. We may well have done that ourselves. So I'm sure that has been done, and I'm sure that the minister is well aware of the problem.
So in other words, you're saying people may call, make complaints. We're doing the best we can under the circumstances, but we can't knock down the doors. And we have to have permission from the courts to go in, and there's other various things. Is this correct?
As you know, we act on complaint only.
Right, that's correct.
On complaint. We do not go out and do it unilaterally. For one thing, unless you went to every door in the city, you wouldn't necessarily know where to begin.
That's right.
And so that in itself is a problem. And it's also a problem from the point of view that when people phone back and say, I phoned a month ago and the apartment is still there, what are you doing about it? And if I phone the people upstairs, I say, look, we haven't been able to get to that one yet. We have it in the pile. it's, you know, they eventually get it into the system and go and check it out. And I've got a file that thick of the inspections that have been done. Some are illegal, some are perfectly all right. Depends on the situation. The staff is doing its best, no question about it.
I agree with that.
Thank you. Alderman, Councillor Elsey.